Gail, do you have any questions to ask about your current status?
I have a question that's a little more broad than that, but it could be assessed in many ways.
Go ahead.
Okay, my question is, how can I live in the moment as I am doing right this moment, and then exclude the moment that I do not want to live in? I know it's possible, but what can I do to balance and not squander energy constantly balancing what is not naturally a balance? It's very tiring.
Okay. So, if we are hearing you, you are saying that you enjoy the moments when you are living in the now, when you are aware, when you feel connected. But then,
when I'm aware that I am.
Right.
That is when I'm aware.
But then you have moments when you are not aware, correct? You have moments when you are feeling disconnected?
Moments where there is, I can see and understand but cannot control or make a difference in a particular moment.
You always...
I'm not able to be the director of what is happening. All my positivity is negated.
Okay.
Negativity. That kind of moment. How can I differ with it?
Okay.
Without having to process or spend energy on trying to balance it.
Okay. What you have done, as we see it, is you have created this life in this manner.
And I keep saying, that's pretty fucked up. I thought I could do this.
Well, what has happened, or what you can do, is you have to realize that even those times when you feel that you do not have the control, it is because you have given the control to another, or you have released control, we should say. And that is a choice. So truly, even though you think that you are not in control at those moments, you are in control. Because you have...
I am, but I would like to not have to be conscious for them. I'm trying to figure out a way to bend my consciousness to where I can glide through those without having to process the emotions with it.
That is impossible. That is impossible. You must process the emotions. That is what you're here to do. You must feel the emotions of a situation, of a time period, and make a choice. When you are not necessarily thrilled with what is happening, you cannot vanish. You cannot make yourself invisible. You cannot make yourself not feel what you are feeling. What you have to do is make a choice to continue to feel what you're feeling or change your circumstances so that you do not feel this way anymore. You can, at any moment.
Are you saying there's no antidote that I can take?
There is no magic pill. There is no one answer that we can give you that would...
Except for that I have to work.
You have to do the work. You have to feel the pain, if it is pain. You have to feel the energy of another that may be disturbing you and not hide from it. You must make a decision to live your life and be aware of what is happening and to consciously make a decision. Am I not enjoying this? If I am not enjoying this, why am I allowing it to be in my life? This is what we ask everyone. When there are things that happen that you think, I do not like, then you let them happen again and again and again. This happens to many, many individuals. And we say, it is your free will. You can change anything in your life. You can decide not to experience that emotion again, or decide not to be in that person's presence again. It is your choice. But if you have chosen to stay and experience these things that are to you unpleasant, then you must go deeper. You must ask yourself, why? Why am I choosing to stay? Why am I choosing to make myself unhappy? Is there something I have to learn from this? Is there something I need to forgive? Is it forgiveness of myself? Is it a forgiveness of another? What do I need to do to unburden my soul from this pain that it feels at times? And we know that there are some upon this planet who are going through great changes, and it is because they are feeling these energies. They know that they are being called to change their life. They are being called to look for something better. The universe is screaming, be not afraid. The universe is telling everyone at this time to trust yourself, to only do what truly makes you happy, only want to do, and allow yourself to experience those things that bring you joy. We know that not every moment of your life can be filled with joy. There are other individuals that are in your life who may not believe that what their joy is may not be what exactly your joy is. But there is the possibility of compromise. That is part of balance. There is the ability to say, if you are going to behave a certain way, then I am going to remove myself from this situation at this time. Whether it is to go leave the house and go for a walk, or whether it is to go in another room and read a book, or whatever makes a person happy. But there is always a choice to not experience what is upsetting. That is a physical choice. But we also would ask everyone to trust themselves, to believe that you are an extremely strong individual. You are perfect. You have all knowledge available to you. And it is a shame that many cannot feel this at all times. And there are some we know that probably have never felt this. But it is our wish and it is our desire to help people to feel that way, to understand that they have the power over their own body. They have the control. There is no other person wielding control over you. The only person who puts blocks in your path is you. We hope this has helped.
Yes. And stirred up a lot more questions, of course. Thank you.
You are welcome.
So you're saying a person, myself, to trust myself to do what makes me happy.
Yes. And know that if someone is, or some situation is bringing you displeasure, if you can remove yourself. If there is something in your life that you no longer like, some aspect of yourself that you wish to change, you have the power to change it.
Okay, so for instance, I could spend 10 hours a day outside just looking at everything. I'm a nature freak, a tree hugger, and so I could have at least 90% of my waking time I can be in that state of appreciation and being grateful for everything. And then there's the 10% that is not, is the part of I can skip over, as I said. Would you say that's a pretty good balance?
Yes, but what we want to ask is, when you are in nature, are there others with you? Or are you alone?
No, alone.
Okay, we say you are making this too easy on yourself. What you need to be able to learn is how to have that peace, that tranquility that you feel when you are in nature alone. You must feel that when you are anywhere, in a grocery store, or watching a movie in a movie theater with a large group of people, or walking at an outside carnival or fair where there is a crowd and you are with a group of individuals that are all vying and talking and wanting your attention. You can experience peace at that time. You can experience tranquility anywhere, because even though nature, as we have spoken, and as Archangel Michael has spoken, is a needed balance from time spent with electronics. We also say that you must have time with people. The yogi who sits on a mountaintop and is completely at peace and can meditate all day by himself in nature is thinking that he has reached enlightenment. And then he goes into the city and goes to an event where there are many people and many noises and many distractions. And someone asks him a question. And he says that he is not able to answer that question at that time, or he feels uncomfortable. He may yell at someone. He may lose his peace because the only place he has practiced having peace is alone in nature. It is a good place to practice it, but it is not the only place. You must be able to have peace when you are a mother of 4, all under the ages of 10, running around your house. And if you can manage to find a moment of joy as you look in the faces of those beautiful children or hear their giggles or laughter, that is joy. That is part of that peace that we ask everyone to feel. There are people in offices, in cubicles, that are surrounded by people all day. And they should be able to find peace even in that environment. We're not saying it has to be maintained 24 hours a day. But you must be able to experience peace and experience joy and the feeling of contentment at any place, at any location, at any time. This is a true master, one who can find bliss in anything.
You know, I think that may be why they invented Valium and other sedatives.
We like this. But that is
an easy way.
well, that is actually not an easy way. That is a hard way. Because there are some drugs that will deaden the natural abilities. There are others that will enhance the natural abilities. It is hard to tell which will do which.
It's also an individual chemistry thing, too.
Correct. It is hard to tell how you will react. But we do suggest that everyone practice spending a little bit of time every day in different circumstances, trying to attain that feeling that you have when you are alone and either in a meditative state or just alone and joyous, feeling enlightened and surrounded by nothing but peace, nothing but the energy of the universe. And what we would say is all of these artificial things are still part of the universe. So whether you have the artificial intelligence, the artificial computers and electronics active in your life, you can still find peace. And you can still find those moments of bliss. That is what everyone should strive for. Any other questions? It is...
Debbie, do you have a question?
We want to say one more thing. It is, for some, very difficult, and we understand this, to find these moments in their everyday life, because most are unaware, even when they do feel these moments. They are not consciously aware of what has just occurred.
Yeah, that was my question, and I've forgotten it because I didn't write it down, but that was when you were saying that, you know, we could use those moments of peace later when we need to be there, we could pop there in our minds. But for a person who experiences the aloneness in the environment alone, some people can't process that and try to fill it up with activities and jobs. And they can't be alone with themselves. But I don't understand that. Are you rolling your eyes at me again?
No, this is true as well. That what you are saying is very true. There are some who may find joy in activities with other people, but do have difficulty finding it alone. And that is why balance is so important. That is why it is important to strive to be able to do both, to have the peace in those alone times, to be able to feel that, to be able to let your brain rest, your mind to clear, your soul to connect on a higher level, back with itself, with the part of itself that has never left all that is. And then that same peace that, as you are saying, some people may feel it when they are with others. It is the opposite of what we said earlier.
Right.
Those who can feel it with others need to learn to feel it alone. Those who can feel it alone need to learn it when they are with others.
It's a two-sided blade.
Yeah, aren't they all?
Yes, and that two-sidedness has to do with the balance.
Right.
And the image of the blade has to do with that fine line that is that moment of neutrality that is between the two.
That's the hard part. That is the hardest part right there. Being right in the middle.
Right in the middle. And that is where most can find true happiness, is when they feel that both sides are balanced. That is when they are standing in the center. That is why people are told to center themselves.
I certainly do enjoy that.
You enjoy centering yourself?
Yeah.
Yes.
Not exactly the work to get there, but when achieving it and aware of it, it's a great feeling.
It is.
A sense of accomplishment.
And that feeling that you are having, you must remember that feeling and bring it with you when you are in those other moments.
Yeah, I've been trying that, and you know what happens? That little ego that sits on the shoulder says, you didn't really say that, or you didn't really do that, or you didn't really do that. To argue, you know.
The ego.
Of the good things.
Are you saying someone else is saying that to you? That
you
didn't...
Me to myself, my ego telling me that I don't deserve that happy moment. I sound like a psych patient.
No. No, you do not. You sound like quite a large number of people. You sound like most everyone else upon this planet. There are always moments when people feel they do not deserve happiness, or they cannot have done what they just think they did. There's always those moments of doubt that come in. It's being able to quiet that voice, being able to...
Do you have a recipe for that?
It is to change the volume as well as change the energy of the voice. We know that Dianne has suggested this to many, and it is a good suggestion. We know that there are others working upon this planet, bringing forth information such as Abraham about the law of attraction, who has mentioned this same thing. It is about changing the self-talk. It is about catching yourself when you start to say something or feel something that is negative, and then not beating yourself up because you said it, but instead changing the end of the sentence, subtly changing a few words at the end. For instance, if someone was to think, I don't have enough money to buy a new car, and they say that or think that themselves, the moment that thought comes through, I do not have enough money to buy a new car, but I will someday, can be added at the end, and it changes the energy of the statement from a negative one to a positive one. It starts to slowly change the thought processes so that the next time there is a thought about a new car, it might be, in the future, I'm going to get a new car. It might change so that way slowly it is a cellular piece by piece movement that needs to occur. There is a small changes, small movements, just like if you are headed for a destination. And as we are here right now in this home, when Dianne leaves this place and she wants to go to her home, if she starts down the highway and goes in one direction, she will reach her destination, because little by little the car wheels will go around and she will reach her destination. If she was to turn her steering wheel a little bit, just slightly to the right, and refused to turn it back, if she decided, I'm going to change things, I want to go a different direction, she could do it. We are not suggesting that this is a good thing to do, because she would probably drive off the road. But you can see that what would happen, even if she made a slight change and drove for 100 miles or 50 miles, she would be at a different location than if she went in a straight line from this home to her home. Just slight changes can create huge outcomes in your life.